Hail Satan, hail Lucifer, hail Lord Belial, hail Lord Leviathan, hail beautiful Queen Lilith, hail Queen Astaroth, Lord Astaroth, hail King Azazel, hail Lord Pazuzu, hail Lord Maelman, hail Lord Vereen, hail King Asmodeus, hail to every demon, both named and unnamed. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, I'm going to do this video on like, a lot of people think that once you become a Satanist, or a Demonolator, or a Necromancer, you know, and either traditional Satanism, spiritual, theistic, Demonolatry, Necromancy, anti-cosmic Satanism, sorry, anti-cosmic Satanism. A lot of people think that once you do a ritual, say for prosperity, say for money, basically, right? Because S. Connolly, in her she has a book out about doing rituals for, like, prosperity rituals, right? Like for money, for things of that nature, right? They don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that if they do a ritual, okay, and this goes in Satanism too, not just Demonolatry. This definitely goes with Satanism. True sinister Satanism. They believe that if they do a ritual, okay, and this is a lot of Satanists, I'm talking about Satanists here. They believe that if they do a ritual, okay, say for, you know, say for money, okay? I'll just use that one. Just say for money. They believe that if they do a ritual for money, okay, that right away, or say Friday night. Say Friday night rolls around, Saturday night. They do a ritual, say, Saturday. Alright? They believe that Monday morning, they think, okay, they think this is the way it happens. They think that they'll wake up Monday morning, right? If they do a ritual on Sunday night. They think that they'll wake up Monday morning and they'll have like a 20 billion, you know, they think that if they do a ritual, say Sunday night, okay? Like a ritual that, something like the ones that S. Connolly has in her books. Alright? They think that by Monday morning, when they go to check their bank account, they think that accidentally, somehow, overnight, somebody put $20 million in their bank account. Okay? That's the way a lot of people think. Now, in that thinking, they're wrong. Because that just don't happen. Okay? You don't just go to bed, do a ritual one night, say a prosperity ritual through Demonolatry, and you wake up the next morning and you got $20 million in your bank account. And the night before you had, say, $2 in your account. Now, they're forgetting the part about you got to put work in. Okay? That's like anything. You got to put fucking work into it, man. It don't just come to you. You don't just wake up in the morning and you got $20 million in your bank account. If you do, you're one lucky son of a bitch. And I don't care who you are. But I think that's a mistake that a lot of new people make to Satanism and Demonolatry. First when they join. Or not join. I can't say join. What the fuck am I talking about? Social club? Hello. But I think that that's the mistake that a lot of people on the left-hand path make. They think that, okay, say I just opened up about my Satanism, about my true sinister Satanism, and say I did a blood ritual tonight to, say, Father Satan. And say I was asking for, I'll just use this as an example, okay? Say I was asking for, I don't know, fucking really fucking, very fucking sexy, beautiful, hot fucking girlfriend. okay? She's not going to come knocking on my door. That's not the way it works. They don't come knocking on your door. You have to number one, probably clean yourself up a bit. You know, make yourself look presentable or half decent looking. Go out to bars, right? Or go out to clubs, bars, clubs, whatever. Or go to like a place that you know that there's going to be women to, right? And you'll probably might hook up with somebody that night. You may. And it may be the one you were looking for, or it may not. You know, you might have to go, or you might have to go to 20 different places. You might have to go to 20 different bars. You know, you might hook up with someone for a night or whatever, because all they want is just, you know, go out and get a piece and that's it. Go out and find someone and get shagged and that's it. And that being said, that's where you got to put the work in. And a lot of people think that they don't have to put the work in when it comes to Satanism. When it comes to true sinister Satanism. They believe that you don't have, especially new people, the new people, they don't think they have to put any work in at all when it comes to Father Satan. A lot of them don't even believe that you got to do rituals. And they're supposed to be true Satanists. They're supposed to be black witches, satanic witches, demonic witches, sorcerers, or sorceresses. They don't believe that, they don't think that they think that if they just go on the internet, okay, and join some random group that has the name Satan on it, or witchcraft on it, or whatever, or necromancy on it, or anything at all, they think that, okay, I joined this group on social media, so now I'm a true Satanist. Bullshit. 100% wrong. You're born a Satanist, in my honest opinion, or I honestly think you're born a Satanist, to be honest with you. I really do. I truly believe I was. And I'm not bullshitting by saying it, I really do believe I was born a Satanist. Because I was always, even when I was like 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, I was always really interested in anything that had to do with Satan. Anything that had to do with Father Satan, anything that had to do with the demonic, anything that had to do with King Lucifer, anything that had to do with the occult and the left-hand path, I was interested in it, even as a child. And of course, my mother, who's 88 years old, she knows that I don't have anything good to say about God. And she's religious, by the way. She knows I don't have anything good to say about the giant God. And why would I? I never will. And she hates it when she hears me swearing. Like when she hears me swearing, saying it doesn't matter what word it is, even if it's just fuck. She hates me saying it. And she gets all upset about it, right? But, that being said, I can't help the way I am, and I don't want to help it, because I'm the way I am, and that's it. I'm not changing for nobody. You know, I was married before, okay? I never did tell this story. I was married before. 2 stepkids, okay? I raised the 2 stepkids. I was a Satanist all that time. True Satanist, too. True sinister Satanist. Not a wannabe, not a fake, not a phony, not a keyboard warrior. Because there was no such thing as the internet then. Back then. The internet wasn't even a thought. Neither was cell phones. They weren't even a thought. You just had your home phone. And that was it, if you could afford a home phone. And with that, like I was saying, about and my ex-wife knew what I was. She knew I was, she knew I was dark, and I loved dark things. She knew, she would never say that I was a Satanist, or a true sinister Satanist, but that was her choice, right? So, we ended up getting married, and, we got married back home in Newfoundland and everything. We moved to Ontario, and she knew that I was getting, you know, I was being myself, right? And I knew it was going downhill fast, right? So she was planning on getting rid of me because I found out she was fucking around on me. Okay? I found out she was screwing around on me. She was doing it on and off for years, and I knew it. So I said to myself, you know what? Fuck you. I said, if you can do it, I can do it. So I did it when I was married. Before, when I was married. But she was the one that started it. Okay? And then I said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I got a feeling she's going to break up with me. So I'm breaking up with her first. So her niece came over to my house where I was living. I took all my ex's fucking shit that she had, put it in boxes and bags, and brought it out and threw it in her niece's van, and said, bring it all over to your fucking aunt. I says, everything that she fucking owns. And I seen her once since then. But I didn't have it wasn't what you call a conversation at all. And of course, her and her family thought that I was going to commit suicide. They thought that I was either, number one, going to end up in prison, end up back inside, which didn't happen, because I already done my time. She thought I was going to end up back inside again. Or she thought that I was going to, number one, she thought I was going to end up inside again. Number two, she thought I was going to end up in a psychiatric ward somewhere. That didn't happen either. And number three, she thought I was going to, this is her and her whole fucking family, right? Both sides of her family. All her family. They all thought that I was either going to end up in jail, end up in a psychiatric ward somewhere, or end up in committing suicide. All because I fucking left her. Hello? Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Not a chance. So that didn't happen. And I haven't spoke to her since. And my stepson and stepdaughter, they lived up here. They lived up in Ontario for years after. And my stepson moved back home about 3 years ago. Because he's not allowed back. He's pretty much not allowed back in the province of Ontario because for, you know, some shit that he did, and the cops are, you know, if he comes back to Ontario, the cops are going to pick him up because he got a province wide warrant. So anyway, that being said, that's all right. He's cool. He's great. He's doing great in Newfoundland. You know, he doesn't live in the town that he grew up in. He lives in St. John's, the capital city of Newfoundland. And he got a great girlfriend and he got great stepkids. He's doing great down there, man. He's doing really good. I love him to death. Like, I really do. I always did. Because I was his dad, but yet I was also his buddy. Right? And still am to this day. And always will be. Now, stepdaughter, on the other hand, she comes to me. This is how fucked up her family is, okay? Like my ex-wife's side. She comes to me and tells me, and one of her aunts been saying this for years, right? One of her aunts been saying for years that I took James one day and Crystal and did a satanic ritual on the both of them. Now that's how fucking ignorant and uneducated they are. That I did a satanic ritual with two of my kids and put spells on them. That's how stupid and fucking narrow-minded and dumb they are. You know, that never happened, obviously. You know, the ritual thing. No, sorry. And to this day, she still says the same shit. And I found out there about a week ago. My daughter went down home for a holiday. She said she was going for a week. She stayed 2 months. My stepdaughter, sorry. Said she was going home for a week. She stayed 2 months. After she came back, she started packing her shit. All her stuff she had. And she lived up here since '98, since I came up here. And now she's moving back to Newfoundland on June the 8th with my step-granddaughter. And I asked her why she's doing it. She said she don't like Ontario. Bullshit. She just wants to go down home and try to live the rock star life. Try to live like Paris Hilton. Not going to happen. She's in for a rude awakening when she gets down home. And she gets settled in and whatever. But anyway. No, like that's how fucking narrow-minded people get and how small-minded people get. Because if people do not do the renunciation, okay, from their Zion belief system, and I mean truly do it, not just fucking say a few words and that's it. I mean do a full-blown ritual and mean every word they say. Not just say it, because anybody can spit out words. I mean it. Mean every single word they say when they do their renunciation and proclamation. And I know I did it years ago. Many years ago. I'd say I was like 18 maybe. Probably younger. But yeah, I was like 17 or 18 when I did it. And when I done it, I meant it. And you know what? I knew I meant it. I wanted to mean it. And I know Father Satan wanted me to mean it. And I felt Father Satan's presence very greatly the night that I done my renunciation. And it wasn't just my mind overreacting. It wasn't none of that crap. It was real. And that being said, many people don't, especially, I don't know if it's the younger generation or what the fuck it is, but a lot of the ones that seem to be getting new and involved in Satanism don't believe that they have to put the work in. But you have to put, that's like anything, man. You can't just, you have to put work in to get results. And that's like anything. If you don't put work in, you're not getting no results. I don't care what it is. It's like anything. Like when I was doing MMA, I worked myself to death, man. You know, practicing. Every day, every night. Well, that's a lie, 3 nights a week. Maybe 4 some nights. But I worked like, and besides that, I was working a job, doing midnight shift for years. And a lot of people don't think that they have to put the work in. They think that they can just, you know, they think the accolades will just come to them. They'll be given to them free. They don't understand, and they're too naive to read. They're too stupid, or they're just too lazy, or they're too naive or ignorant of the fact that they have to work. They have to put the work in for rituals to work. Things don't just come to you on a silver platter. It doesn't work that way. You have to put the work in for rituals to work, for anything to work when it comes to Satanism. Especially true sinister Satanism. And one thing about it, if somebody asks you, are you a Satanist? You got to tell them. And it doesn't matter if your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, fucking great-great-grandmother, it doesn't make no difference. You have to tell them, because you can't deny them. You can't deny Father Satan. That I promise you right now, because if you deny Father Satan, or any of the demonic, Father Satan and the demonic are going to deny you when the time comes. And I can promise you right now, the time is getting very short. And I mean, I'm not talking years. I'm not talking centuries or decades. I'm talking probably, maybe even months. Definitely short years. Very short years. I'd say probably, with the way the world is now, and not just the weather patterns and all that, because the weather is screwed up completely all over the world. Not just in the States, not just in Canada, all over, not just North America, South America, Asia, Africa, Europe, Antarctica, Australia, every continent. The weather is that mixed up and screwed up that it's unbelievable. You know, so you got any young ones that watch, any new people or young people that are new to traditional Satanism or Satanism in general, you have to put the work in, and you gotta put it in fast. You better start getting your fucking house in order. You better start getting your belief system in order, because I can promise you now, we ain't got that much more time. And Father Satan don't fuck around with people that Father Satan ain't gonna waste his time, ain't gonna waste his precious time, or any demons or demonesses gonna waste their precious time on people that they know got really no interest in doing what he asks them to do, or standing up for him, or, you know, promote or helping to promote him, even though he don't need our help. But we do it because the true traditional Satanism, true sinister Satanists, do it because we want to do it, and because we want to do it, and do it because he deserves it. He deserves more accolades than anyone you could ever imagine. And with that, I'll let you go. Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Lord Leviathan, Ave beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave King Asmodee, and I'll talk to you next.